Welcome to the Fate Nation podcast, where your hosts Manny, Heavy, and Fox discuss the world of gaming. New features and releases, unpopular opinions, and everything in between. Now, let's get into today's episode.
Hey guys, welcome to the Fate Nation podcast. I'm your host Manny, along with Fox and Heavy, and we are back. It's been, 6-7 weeks, guys. Something like that since we've recorded a pod, but we've had a lot of crap going on while we're doing this, which has been awesome in Fate. But we're happy to be back. And by the way, viewerships and everything, listening, all that stuff's going up. We're on YouTube now, obviously, but even across like the Apple Pods and Google Pods and Spotify and iHeartRadio, all those listeners are kind of ramping up right now. And so anyway, how's everybody doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, Fox, everything good over there? We've got,
everything is so
Yoshi?
good.
Is that Yoshi?
I'm making it Fox for this episode.
Oh, God. Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, for the viewers wondering why Fox sounds awful.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
She is currently working and is away from home. So she is on an iPad or some tablet of some sort?
Yeah, I'm on an iPad, so sorry, guys. My my audio's kind of,
So
Also,
I'm going to figure out in editing to add some kind of avatar or some kind of visual there.
yeah, you'll just be Yoshi on the casting couch behind me.
Yeah, that won't be. That won't
I
be a
don't like
big
it.
deal.
That please let me.
It's way too late, dog. You ran out of choices when you came on the podcast. No video.
That's right. That's right.
Man.
But she's working hard, so that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. Well, we haven't been together in ages.
Oh, it's been a hot minute.
Obviously, and there's been a ton of games, movies, television shows. Fate has been going through a lot of stuff. I'm going to kick off the pod a little bit.
Please.
Just talking about FateCon and something that has kind of turned into this gathering every year. And I think it has something to do with Scythe, who's obviously, shout out to fategaming.com, is our owner, founder, sponsor of our Fate Nation podcast. But Fate Gaming is where we all connect and on their Discord. So if you're looking to find other gamers, 18 plus community, come out to fategaming.com.
Mm-hmm.
But this year we all gathered in Florida again, and every year more and more people start to attend. So we had Silver and Cat and Dimmy and Lag and Westy all kind of show up. And they spent a couple of days down on the beach down here. I'm down in Florida, obviously, in the Tampa area. And they all showed up at Indian Rocks Beach or Treasure Island, that area. They got some Airbnbs and were hanging out for days with each other. The kids were all playing together. They were having an awesome time. So hopefully next year we'll get even more and more people to come down. We could rent like 1 or 2 giant houses down on the beach and have everybody hang out. And then they all went to the casino for a couple of nights here in Tampa.
That's awesome.
And we all played, we all put $100 in and won thousands of dollars and split it up. It was freaking awesome.
That's so cool.
Shout out to FateCon and Fate Gaming. I didn't wear my shirt. They gave us shirts too, like Scythe did. He handed out shirts and goodie bags and everything. But hopefully we can get more people down here next year because it was a freaking blast. We had such a good time.
That's so cool.
It was good. It was fun to be in person and have Kat yell at me in person. You know what I mean? Because I've known her for years.
That does hit quite differently, actually.
Oh, it's
The
so
dream.
much different.
The dream to have Kat yell at you in person.
Yes, exactly. But I think the main difference is because I'm like 6'5", 6'6", depending on the shoes I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else, I was in the land of little people. So it worked out great. I thought it was hilarious. So
That's awesome.
Well, we had a great time.
I'm sorry, I'm doing a really dumb thing right now.
Oh, yeah, what is that? What is that?
So, for those of you who may not know what I'm adding to my screen, that is Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village. And, hey, Fox, that's going to be you now.
Man, I'm not blessed in that way.
Absolutely, to be 6'7" and to step on dudes' balls.
Right.
I've always
Something
wanted to do that.
you've always.
So what's been going on with you guys since all this time? We had FateCon and some crazy stuff, but you're all done moving in heavy and
Yeah. Except for it won't stay up on the wall. Everything's been pretty good. Mostly just been doing. You know how it is when you move into a house from a smaller place. It's just the next like year of your life is every month. Like, okay, what things am I getting right now? So we're getting a card game area set up.
Nice.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
Yeah,
like
because
table games going on. Huh?
exactly. Yeah, like just have like a board game set up, but mostly it's for card games, just because that's what we're both into. So it's a lot of fun to just have its own area and not look like shit. So 2 love seats are coming and a table that's big enough for like mats, essentially. Like 2 mats on either side.
Sick.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Like a giant, like a felt one, or are you gonna have like sliders that pop in and out?
I'm just going for a giant felt one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
it just covers all the bases of what I actually need. Which we're only really playing Yu-Gi-Oh. She wants to try out Lorcana, so we'll probably get into that. Kronos is.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I've heard
Kronos,
nothing but great things. And I genuinely want a Mulan deck. So that'd be a lot of fun.
Lorcana's a lot of fun, and the client for it has been awesome. But now Disney's, of course, going after the client.
That's.
But
I feel so bad for them.
You're good to go. Yeah, I know.
So for those of you who may not know, the Lorcana client to be able to play, same thing as like Magic the Gathering or Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, but this one was not owned by Disney. It was a fan-made project. And it works really, really well from everything I've heard.
For tournaments.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But Disney saw it and they were like, no, absolutely not. And you can kind of understand why. It's their project. They want to be able to make money off of it, profit off of it, all that great stuff. The same way Konami profits off Master Duel and insert any other profits. But
Wizards.
Yeah, Wizards, exactly. It's just, it sucks because it's so perfect that you kind of wish that like Disney just picked it up. Instead, we're like, how about we just buy this off of you and then we insert our own monetization stuff in it, and that's fine.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone would have been perturbed. Plus, we would have been happy. Like, oh, that homie made the bag just for making the game initially.
Right.
Yeah,
and it works so well right out of the bang. I mean, which is crazy.
Yeah, someone genuinely enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. And Kronos, shout out to him because he got sponsored by Fate Gaming to go play in a tournament.
Yep.
And had a great time. And he said it was so popular, there were like thousands of people playing.
Yeah.
Which is really probably too large for some of these tournaments. Yeah. But it was their first one or something like that.
And it's understandable why it's so popular. It's hitting a demographic of people that would never usually play card games. Like they'd look at a Magic the Gathering card and be like, I just don't want to understand what I'm reading. And that's totally fair. It's not for everyone. But Lorcana definitely can bridge that gap just because it's like, look, it's Sleeping Beauty. And it's like, she's got some stuff going on. What is all this stuff?
Yeah, Stitch is doing what?
Yeah.
Oh, Hannah needs card games.
Yep.
Yeah, like I'm not a card game person, but I am genuinely tempted by this game. Like, it looks awesome.
It is. It's a lot of fun and it's easy to understand. Like, that's one of the things like Heavy was talking about. Like, it's just so easy to pick up. And then the more cards you read, like any card game, the better you're going to be at it. But it's very simplistic or simpler. Yeah. Simpler mechanics, which is cool.
Absolutely. And I've been trying to find another card game to get into just because the most recent thing that came out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Was the Rarity Collection 2 event. Basically, it's trying to give access to cards, but the problem is Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now, more access to cards isn't helping anyone. All it's doing is making more floodgates, and floodgates need to stop. It's the biggest problem. If you don't start on turn 1 with an entire board of monsters, you lose. You lose. And they all have to have unique ways of negating this effect and this effect and this effect and this effect. Yeah. You drew a card, that's an effect. You don't get to draw that card ever again.
Well, you're talking my language. I mean, Magic the Gathering, which I play, mtga specifically online.
Yep.
I mean, it's the same thing. If I'm not going first or go first turn, not that I'm flooding. I mean, they call them red decks, that red deck wins, and it's a million small one-drop creatures. But if I'm not going first against a deck like that, no matter what I'm playing, it's like I can't negate everything that's going on until like turn 3 or 4. And by that time, I've lost more than half my life. And it's, I'm heading to the graveyard, basically.
Exactly. It's
crazy. I hear your pain.
Yeah.
And what's funny for me is Modern Horizons 3 is coming out. So for Magic, which everybody's excited about, I'm totally excited. That's a modern type of set of cards. So it's older cards, and it's just going to make, some of these cards and some of the decks anyway even more powerful. And,
okay, so it's mostly just like a support structure set?
No, it's really a release of old cards. So basically, it's going to be adding all these stronghold cards to an already existing difficult playing field. So I like it because they're old cards that I remember.
Of course, I love. That's something that Yu-Gi-Oh is copying from Magic right now. They're doing the exact same thing, trying to bring up these old cards with new supports. It's just you can't run those supports without having those other broken cards. So now you're in this weird battle of how many of these things of coverage do I run versus how many of these new things to build the deck I actually want.
And older cards are super powerful.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and like my girlfriend loves Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is an iconic card for Yu-Gi-Oh. Pretty much everyone knows what that is. But the amount of structure you need to run around it just to run that deck, like I can run circles in her just because I'm like, all right, I'm just going to run the weird thing I want to run, which is going to be a lot more niche, but the support for it is just 1-to-1. So it matches up perfectly versus her support has to be like, okay, I need a card that does this and then a card that does this. And then I got to do this with this card just to be able to set up this card. And if I don't have this one of these cards, I'm done.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. And in Modern, I mean, in that type of play, there in Magic the Gathering, there's a lot more. It's much easier to ramp up a lot faster. So this is not only going to allow powerful cards to come out on the board faster, but it's going to add even more to the ramp up speed.
Oh my God.
So ramp up in Magic means getting the mana you need to put cards and play cards you want.
Right.
And now it's going to be even faster. So I don't know. For me, I love playing Modern and just because you can do so many crazy things, but you got to have this catalog in your mind of a bazillion cards that already exist.
Exactly.
And that's not easy. Now,
Nope.
I've been playing for many decades.
Right.
So I have things in my brain that, I should go pull this card or add this card.
Yeah,
And
you
a lot of
remember
people
that
don't
card
have
from
the ability.
3 years ago that no one ran because it didn't fit, and all of a sudden now it fits with all these 3 new cards, and you're like, oh, I'm going to destroy.
No, it's
So
awesome.
basically, the meta's kind of like getting a bit of a shake-up in a way.
It's always getting a shakeup, yes, but there'll be a new meta, and I can clearly see it already.
I think that's why Magic reigns supreme is the most popular game, is because Yu-Gi-Oh has this like staleness of meta where it kind of remains consistent for about 5 years. Magic, it feels like every year, at minimum every 2 years, like it's always a shakeup. Something huge is happening. Plus,
Well,
I mean,
now
you can run Classic if you want to, but
Oh yeah, with Arena now it's even worse because they're trying to make so much money all the time. So we're getting new sets every 8 weeks or less.
Oh.
So it's like it's just too much. I mean, and
Totally fair.
especially if you can't afford it, like to get the wild cards and everything, it's super difficult for new players because they're not rotating now. They've slowed that down, but they're adding new cards, and not all of them are great, and not all the sets are great, but they're just adding so many new cards all the time, and if you don't have the mythic wild cards to get certain cards, you're going to be screwed in the meta sometimes.
yeah, shit.
So it's just too much. But anyway, I'm glad we were talking about card games.
I love talking about card games.
It's perfect. So no, I love that.
Yeah, let's probably move off of card games.
Yeah, no, it's
We
great.
could go
I was
this
gonna
whole
talk
episode.
Well, I was going to talk about Magic anyway, because June 11th is when our set comes out, and we're going to have a special event in Fate Gaming and do like a pack opening.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
stuff. So I think we lost Fox there for a second.
Yeah,
Only a little bit.
she's only popping in and out a little. It's fine. She'll keep
It's
up.
fine. As long as we're recording
Yeah.
her audio, I think we're
It
good, so.
seems like it. We're gonna roll with seems like right now.
let's go with it.
might
Well,
be a
while
bit-
Fox is here, why don't we roll into your segment, Fox?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, that's crazy. Well, okay. So, welcome to
Fook.
welcome to
We gotta get past the censors. Fook.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, sorry. Almost did it again.
Welcome to Fox's House on the Fate Nation podcast.
So I live. The house is right now. It's like situated in the land of bad internet. I'm very sorry about that. But the things that I've been playing recently are a game called Coralisland. It's like a Animal Crossing Stardew Valley clone, I guess, but like way like more my aesthetic. It's really cute. Great mechanics. Very like one more turn sort of thing, because you save at the end of every day. So like as soon as you wake up, you're like, I want to see what's different. And I don't want to save and leave. I need to go double check what's happening outside. Oh wait, let me just go collect the eggs. Yeah.
One more thing. One more thing. Stardew's like that. Like Stardew is so complex. Even it looks rudimentary, but it's super deep.
Yeah, Stardew.
Absolutely.
I can see myself getting addicted to, but it's fine because like I don't like the aesthetics of it. So I never play it.
That's also fair.
So
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, it's
I get
not
why it'd be perfect for like just chilling on the couch. If you happen to get elevated, maybe get elevated, whatever, what have you, and have a good chill out game. But I just can't get past the way it looks.
Yeah, I hate the way it looks. Like there's something about pixel games where like it has to be like very specific in terms of like making me want to play it.
I get that.
If you've got like a pixelated aesthetic to your game.
Yeah, for me, that example is Octopath Traveler. I think that those games are beautiful.
Yeah, fun. Sea of Stars I'm playing right now.
Oh, Sea of Stars is actually great. Yeah,
the cinematics between cutscenes and stuff is all anime stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one for me that kind of like makes it work for me is it's called Children of Morta. Like that one's a
Can't
very
say I know that one.
Yes, I've seen it. I don't own that game, but I have looked at it.
It didn't. Yeah, it's very very pretty. But yeah, it's one of the few pixel games where I'm like, I want to play it, and I'd like looking at the surroundings and all of that. But on the other end of the spectrum of games that I'm playing, I'm currently also I'm like prepping with Elden Ring for the DLC, which is coming out soon.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Oh,
like,
I don't care about anything. I've already told my boss, like, look, there's gonna be a time frame where I'm just not coming in. This is it. You will not see me. I am on my couch, higher than a kite. Eating all kinds of snacks and just Elden ringing like this. Just
I mean, that's totally your wheelhouse too, man.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
have fun censoring that one.
The one who there's many layers to that heavy. Oh my God.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Oh, I know all that. Let's go.
And that's fine. That's fine.
Oh crap.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, onwards to Heavy's Hangout, since we've sadly transitioned out of Fox's Spook House.
Well, we haven't. I mean,
Well, she's still going.
No, I'm just messing.
I can still be going. How dare you?
How dare I?
So we're probably, I guess, for the hangout, like we'll transition over. Like we can talk about Elden Ring more in your hangout because we're both very excited about that.
I kind of want to save that topic for when we first played the DLC, because there's not a lot to talk about right now. I'm purposely avoiding promotional material, so I know that Mikkel is in it, but that was an easy guess anyway when I played the game. I was like, okay, Mikkel will show up at some point. It's just not going to be for a hot minute.
Right.
I'm mostly trying to just stay away from it. I know nothing. I will learn about it. I will find those weird niche weapons that they probably showed off in the trailer and be like, whoa, that's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, no, all I did was see a trailer and go, yeah, I knew it was coming. Good to know there's a date.
Yeah, right. No,
That's really all I needed. But what I've been playing nonstop.
Oh, are you back, Fox?
I'm back.
Oh,
Welcome back.
you're back.
So yeah, we'll just avoid Elden Ring. Plus, let's wait for you to be back at your computer where the conversation doesn't go fluctuate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that feels
mean,
fair.
the only other thing that I had to mention was like, and you can cut around this many, like, depending. But the only other thing that I wanted to talk about was a new app called Cara, which is looking to be like an Instagram replacement.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The only reason that I'm interested in it is like, or kind of like talking about it on the pod is because it's like a space that is anti like AI scraping of
Gotcha.
using AI for like data sets.
Okay.
For artist work. And it's a whole conversation that like the pod isn't necessarily like the place for that conversation. But I just wanted to mention it just because it's important to me.
No, I got you. I mean, I'm an artist. You're an artist. We're all artists.
Yeah, I yell at microphones. If someone simulated that, I'd be pretty upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I know Fox's touches your heart especially. So
Yeah.
Plus,
and as a
it's
video
not like you're
producer,
shilling.
I'm totally affected by these things. So that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
we'll see
has,
if it gains any traction.
Yeah.
It's new. There's like a lot of artists that I follow on Instagram who have like just completely kind of like upped sticks and have headed over to using this new app.
Sure.
Awesome.
And obviously because it's new, like you never know like how much traction it'll get. But it seems good so far. Like, and it's not fully kind of like we hate AI. It's the worst thing ever. Like it's more a case of like protecting like artists' work. So it's got like what do they call it? Like anti-glaze like technology. Like basically to stop kind of like AI kind of like bots trawling the site and just ripping a bunch of art off of it. But,
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was like an important thing to talk about.
I respect that.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, let me know if it gains any traction. I'm not a social media person, so keep me in the loop.
The edits too. I'll put a little stuff up too.
Oh, that's fair.
Like screenshots or something, so
That's-
we can
That
all
actually
be
be
on the
great.
same page as of what it is. Yeah.
That actually be helpful.
Instagram clone essentially.
Yeah.
Got you. Now it's time for Heavy's Hangout!
Can I hang up again?
Woo! No!
Yeah, no. You will eventually.
Yeah,
you will.
he will.
In 5 minutes.
Eventually, Heavy will turn into a robot and I'll have to leave.
That's true.
Yeah.
And now it's time for all the latest news. It's Heavy's Hangout.
For me, it has only been Hades 2. Hades 2 in
yeah,
early
right.
access, dude. Oh my god, it's the best. It's so good.
Explain the game a little bit, because Hades 1 was fantastic.
Yeah.
Great rogue game, but
Absolutely. So I will say nothing about the story. This is for everyone to go and find. That's how I found Hades 1. That's how everyone else is going to find Hades 2. So what I'll explain mostly is combat evolution. So when I was thinking about like the sequel before it even came out, I was a little worried about combat because it's like, how do you improve on that design without taking away what was really cool about it? And obviously a big part of the first game was these really great and fun weapons with unique playstyles, but also the boons that you can get to augment your gameplay. The great thing about the second game is that it does take the framework of what's already there, the awesome weapons, the boons, and the combos that you can do with that, but then gives you more access with the weapons because your character uses magic versus Zagreus, who just hit things really hard.
right.
But this character utilizes magic, so that way you can, while you're attacking, you have a meter for magic, and the more you use that, it goes away, but there's ways to get it back, whatever. The big point of it is it all of a sudden makes you hit harder at the cost of taking longer to hit. So sometimes you have to create that balance. Plus, I have gotten so beat up, so destroyed. It took forever to finally go beat the bad guy. And it's in early access, so you don't win. But, you can go beat the bad guy. And the game is so much bigger in a way where it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming. It's not open world. Like, they didn't change the formula. It's still a roguelike. But it now has even more room. So double the size of the original Hades, and that's what you got. Yeah. And
I was going to say, original Hades, I love the game, but the playmats were tight sometimes.
Oh, no. Those things can still be tight. Some of them have more room, I have noticed, because you're also using magic, and it has, like, area of effect, essentially. So it does make some of the rooms a little bit bigger, or at least feel bigger, like, spatially. But some rooms are very tight and intimate, and you will be running around a little crazy. But
basically getting squished.
The only problem right now, and it's obviously early access, so they're just testing out ideas, right? They got it to technically the final boss, and now it's just kind of figuring out what needs to be fine-tuned from the community. The only problem is the final boss, as it stands right now, you can destroy him with a ranged build, but if you decide to play like a really close kind of build, you're just getting ruined. Like, the first time I beat him, it was completely a fluke because I was just running this brand new weapon I unlocked that was ranged in nature, and I just waltzed in and beat him first try. And I was like, oh. So then I ran it back with the exact same thing, did it again, ran it back with the original weapon that you get when you start the game, got destroyed. I was like,
That's like normal for Hades, though, is just like getting stepped on.
Well, yeah, getting stepped on, but it feels like maybe the boss needs to be balanced around stepping on range builds while less stepping on melee builds. Just that little bit of blend, not much off the gas. The gas is good because he's hard. He's really hard to beat. But if we could just make the melee builds a little bit more possible, I'd be a lot happier.
Yeah, but is it fair to compare? You're an Elden Ring champ.
Sure.
And you play this kind of game, you know what I'm saying? Like, so somebody else, like, if I just started playing again, I'd be probably more evened out with my range weapons than most people.
Sure, but I mean, also, this is me, like, after X amount of hours playing the game. So
true.
It took me a while to also understand all the game systems. It's actually a lot more complex before even going out, like how you went out to go escape from hell. This time, whatever you're going in or out of, which I won't say anything about, whatever you're doing, this time there's a lot more setup prior to like kind of think about how your build is going to operate. There are some like definitely meta things that I found right away that make the game so much easier, but I've also played without those and found creative ways to kind of enhance each run.
Nice. Mm-hmm. I'm excited about it. I mean, I love the first one. So
yeah, absolutely. I would highly recommend it in early access. Also, for those of you who have a Steam Deck like me, play it on Steam Deck. It's perfectly optimized.
Oh,
yay!
It's really great. It's they didn't have to do that, and I would understand it. It's early access. They could have just told us like, "Hey, we're working on the Steam Deck version," but they made it perfectly playable on it right from the gate.
Cool.
Absolutely wonderful. Plus, you can go really, really far. Like, early access, you don't think you're going that far. You think, like, okay, maybe like 2 areas. No. You could go deep into this game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Early access, you're always like, the game's bailing out early, and you're like, damn, we're just getting to a good part.
Right. Like, I think the initial thing that scared a lot of people was the price point, which isn't much, but when you hear early access and a price point that isn't like $5-10, you're like, well, what am I getting for this? You're getting a lot. It is well worth the price of admission.
Yeah, I mean, cool. I would assume with the developers that, it's essentially like a Baldur's Gate kind of situation where they know what they're doing, like, in order to get this game to a point that the original game was.
Yep. Absolutely.
And like pushing that further.
Awesome.
Absolutely nailing it.
Oh, you got more games, movies, TV shows? I got some stuff on my list.
Please go right ahead. Hades 2 is all I've done.
Okay.
It's all you spent
Well,
your life on.
Yeah.
As far as games right now, I've been playing this ridiculous game. So I saw this guy playing it on YouTube, and I play a lot of games offline of Discord too, like when I'm doing it myself, because I deal with people all the time, and I like to get on Discord and hang out with folks, but sometimes I just want to do it myself, and I'm sure you have the same thing. But
Couldn't agree
I've
more.
been playing this game called Trailout, which has been freaking so much fun. And it's basically a racing game where you're in a mob fighting other mobs. But it's racing game that's like Wreckfest. So everything's fully destructible.
Okay.
Buildings, everything in the race, like paths, is destructible. You can destroy your opponents. So it's kind of like Wreckfest, only there's a storyline in the background about you trying to beat all of these mobsters and stuff. So it's been just freaking so much fun.
Dope, actually.
It's so awesome, and it's not that expensive either, which is amazing to me. It had no press, and I think because Wreckfest is so popular, or was so popular.
Right.
But Wreckfest is a huge game, taking up a lot of space and costs so much more money. And Trailout is just like this really cool, wreckable game. It reminds me of Paradise City, if you remember that game. Back in the day. One of my favorites.
Absolutely.
Of all time. And that is exactly what this is, only it's, newer, obviously.
Okay.
So I've been playing a lot of Trailout, and then another game, totally bizarre, totally off everybody's radar, I'm sure. It's called Dealer Simulator. So I've been playing it. So I grew up in a family where, I know, so ridiculous. So my grandfather was an antique dealer, right? So I grew up around antiques and buying and selling all the time. And Dealer Simulator is so stupid because you go and buy storage units. So it's like Storage Wars, the show. You remember that?
I'm watching a trailer for it right
This
now.
is stupid, dude.
Why?
This is stupid. You live in a little trailer. You go buy storage units. You try to build up money. You can also do trucking in it, like trucking simulator to earn money. So you go deliver things, and then you buy shops, and then you start to expand what you can sell to people. You hire employees. It's just a ridiculously thought out game, but it's so much bigger open world than you think it is for what you're getting. So just a goofy game. I always liked Barnyard Sales or whatever, which was another game that was on Steam a long time ago. But this one's just hilarious. It's just so funny to play it because it's like treasure hunting almost. You're like finding these stupid storage units. What did I get in the storage unit? Ooh, I got this. I got a Rolex watch. Now I can go sell that and make some money and buy a shop or, a new vehicle. All these kind of things.
So
the stupidest
dumb.
thing. I know. But it's so much fun. I've had so much fun in it because it's so stupid. And people like to watch it too because it's so stupid.
Right.
Which is kind of fun. So anyway, those have been the games. Of course, I'm always playing Magic and, PGA Tour all the time.
Right.
As far as, so real quick too for me, movies, shows. So I've been watching, initially I watched these shorts that are on YouTube right now. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called 1,000 Suns. And they're basically like sizzle reels. So top producers, editors, special effects people have been making their own little mini 5 to 7 minute movies and then putting them on YouTube under this realm of 1,000 Suns. And so there's some really, cool ones that are out there. But they're basically sizzle reels. Sizzle reel is something where you're just showing off what you can do with special effects and art in the digital realm. And as a video producer, I just found it really cool and interesting. So I've watched
kind of
all
like a show reel.
What's that?
Kind of like a show reel, like that's
that's a sizzle reel I call it. But yes, a show reel, same kind of thing. Only it's something. These things, some of these could be released to like film festival or something. They're that good. They're that
awesome.
Like high end. So if you get a chance, check out 1,000 Suns. If you type that in YouTube, you'll see. I think there's I
found it immediately.
I
gotta check some of this out then.
There's a bunch of episodes.
Yeah, I'll be looking into that because that sounds very cool.
Yeah, Fox, you would totally love it. You would totally dig that.
That makes sense.
So So anyway,
Makes sense.
that's pretty much it for me. I mean, life's been busy, so
Yeah.
Get a chance
Yeah.
to. I've been more gaming than watching television or anything like that.
I'm
So,
happy for you. That's
When I
been
get-
the inverse for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah. When I get time. Now that we're into summer and school's out, my wife's a school teacher. Everybody's home now. I'll be locked in this area more often.
Nice. Good for you, man.
Right in here. But it's been pretty cool. I don't know. You guys have anything else you want to chat about? I think events. There's not a ton of events coming up.
Not at the
in
moment.
Fate Gaming. I think I talked a little bit about there's going to be a pack opening on June 11th for Magic. I think
There will
there's
be a
Hell
competing
Let Loose
one
event.
for Yu-Gi-Oh. Everyone watch the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
No, that'd be sweet, dude.
Now, no one but me would get it. I have to sit there and be like, what's that card? And it's like, well, that's an Xyz monster. And it's like, what the hell is that?
Well, you could go for any of the card games, but if you guys
What
end
does
up
that
buying
do?
a bunch of packs for Lorcana, I mean, that'd be cool. Just,
Actually, that would
you
be
should do a Discord live stream or something
Oh, that would actually be a lot of fun.
to show us. I'd love
Yeah.
to sit through that. Making an event, I'd love to sit and watch you guys open cards. I'm sure. Cronus and some
Absolutely.
other
Yeah,
people
no,
do
it'd
too.
be great to have Kronos just because then there's the no barrier to entry. He can be like, oh, wait, that's the top tier card
That's what
everyone
it
wants.
does, yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this. And it's like, great. Thank you. Because now my girlfriend won't know what hit her when I build a deck.
Oh God.
You
I
pull
mean,
cards, don't tell
That's
us.
what we're doing in Yu-Gi-Oh now. I opened up all the doors and was like, I'm gonna beat your ass now. You know how to play the game.
Oh God.
Yep. It's
Yep.
it's not going well for her.
It's all fair. It's all fair.
it's all
Once
fair.
you get the knowledge, what more can you do except let them have the experience?
Exactly. Yep. I mean, it's like anytime I've gone to locals and just gotten destroyed because I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
great. I have to fight against this deck. That's just amazing. I played against it in Master Duel, and now it's in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Well,
I think we should
I think
probably
we gotta-
call it here. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a great pod. I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys connecting with me. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see Fox this time,
Nope.
but we did hear her lovely voice, and I'll screw up her image somehow in post production.
Oh no, I've got a doodle for this already.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
All right. Shout out to FateGaming.com. Appreciate it. Thank you for listening and watching to the Fate Nation podcast, and we will connect with you guys next month. We're out.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. This was the Fate Nation podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe and check us out on all socials at Fate Gaming. Why not check out our growing community of over 4,000 gamers at www.fategaming.com. Remember, over 18s only. See you next time.
Do you even play this game, bro?
God, how did you even miss that guy?
You suck, noob.
Are you tired of being teamed up with a bunch of toxic randos who are too busy talking smack to have fun? Then join us at FateGaming.com, where you can be part of a friendly and respectful 18-plus community where our members are focused on having fun and building friendships. Visit us now at www.fategaming.com.